Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Naomi, Season 1, Episode 7. I am not a used car salesman, which makes me really hopeful that that means Zumbado is finally going to tell her their story, tell her who she is and where she came from. Given that at the end of the last episode he did say, "I'm sorry, I should have told you," fingers crossed. I'm loving this show. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go. Is he fighting to get them out? He is very scary, but if he's on your side, he's also very useful. Fuck.
We need to go.
She knows your name.
You saved me.
He did. Tell us.
Why are you helping me?
It is
I don't really
time.
know you.
I know you better than you think.
What do you mean?
Yeah, give us answers or else you just sound creepy.
I don't hate you, Naomi.
Then tell
But this
us.
place is very dangerous. You should have listened to me.
Why should she if you never tell her anything?
I was trying to warn you.
I can handle it.
She's wondering and worrying and getting herself in danger trying to find the truth.
Happened.
What do you want to know?
Everything!
Everything.
Is this the safest
I
place?
don't know where to start. How was the game?
Lost by 5.
Man, they'll never stop breaking our
God, his personality is completely different in his life.
Yeah?
It's something called mental teleportation.
Whoa.
I established a connection. You don't just see the memory, you feel it.
Jesus.
You experience it.
That does potentially have the side effect of if there are any memories where he sees it as what I'm doing had to be done and other people see it as no, that's wrong, or however, he would influence Naomi's perception of the event by her feeling what he was feeling. Again, I do feel like he's more trustworthy than we thought, but we have to be cautious here.
I was different back then.
Yeah.
You don't need to see everything. The last good night.
Oh God.
Beautiful time.
Whoa.
Planet.
It's beautiful.
She just wants to know everything.
It used to be.
Oh. But it's where she's from, she should know.
I met a...
You have to learn to think for yourself.
I know, but there are two sides to the story, it's not just his side as well.
Some truths are too much to bear.
Did he want to protect her from the truth?
That you... I don't think I can do this.
You can. Just breathe through it.
Think of Dee's techniques. Oh goodness.
I thought maybe everyone had powers.
Before that night, no one did.
Whew.
So yours.
This happened before you were born, Naomi. Your powers are different.
Keep
For a
down,
long
keep
time,
going,
no
keep
one
going.
had any answers.
Like no one could really understand me.
I felt that way too. Until I realized I wasn't alone.
I am so thankful for this episode. I just want to take everything in.
I understand it can be destructive, but
So people got different powers.
fresh. But this was sudden. It was precise. I have a theory.
Did someone do it?
Well, like we're all a part of some cosmic plan.
See,
You really believe it?
I'm so thankful we're getting this, and I love seeing more of Zumbado. But this could so be heavily edited and selected memories to tell the narrative the way he wants it to be told.
Whether we know that or not.
Oh God. I mean, maybe get out. You were by another grate before. Why did we stop to chat? Checking all the known locations.
Can you find her with your, you know?
Do you have any idea where she might have gone?
He's straight to the point.
No.
The lab.
Do you think that she knows that we're here?
She did, she'd already be here.
She knows Naomi's name. She could track her down anytime. Is this the right time for another memory? I mean, yes, give it to me, but is it?
Hold up. Were you a superhero?
Zumbado should bring back his yellow hat. Yellow hat? Orange hat. I just got chills.
The way you've never seen power like that.
I am scared that he might still want to kind of use her in some way.
Not everyone liked what we were doing.
It's easy to blame people that are different for problems with the world, isn't it? You know, the world didn't start disintegrating until there were powered people.
They were hunting you.
Just like they will do here.
They work for a man named Brutus.
Would they try to come after you?
Is he leaving bits of the story out? Or is it as they were truly wronged?
As we're here.
Just like his vision being hunted. The trust they've built up here is very important.
Let's slow them down.
He doesn't call himself a human. What is their species called? We keep resting! And I love it, we're getting the story, but this needs to be more of a moved
I knew
situation.
this place suppresses our... I thought you didn't want anything to do with me. I thought you were my enemy.
He acted like it, so I don't blame you.
Don't believe everything that you think.
That is your line, and we do like it. I'm just stressed and I want answers. Keep giving me answers. And I want to see the other
I'm sure
27.
you were very worried. Why did you do it, Zumbado?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Brutus found us. He showed me the disc. He told me it was you.
And you believe him.
I mean,
You believe Brutus. I would never betray you or any
That
of the 29.
isn't enough evidence. Again,
No one else to blame.
Don't do this. You're making a mistake.
The only mistake I ever made was trusting you.
I don't know what to believe. What is going on here? Like, we're getting such a taste of the whole picture. I want the whole picture.
Kira betrayed you.
She truly believed he betrayed
The
them.
29.
It's a messy world.
I don't know.
For real?
I couldn't stay to find him.
Remember she mentioned that scientist person?
Left in a hurry.
Yes.
Star Labs.
Wait, do you know about Star Labs?
Do you?
Uh-huh.
Star Labs?
Naomi told me about it. That's it. Naomi met with her, and now she's a straight-up Dr.
Okay.
Bell stan.
Naomi.
She's
Matt.
text in space. Is that where you were right before?
Annabelle.
Mm-hmm.
If Naomi's at Star Labs, then she's in trouble. There's dangerous.
Why would Zumbado be there too?
To protect Naomi.
I don't know.
There's so much history within the history within the history. And we are scratching the surface and I need to get under all the history.
Bottom, there's a hole.
Of all the planets in this universe, why did you come to this Earth?
That's a story for another day.
And how did Naomi end up on the rock?
I've moved a lot.
Difficult.
This escape attempt would be going a lot smoother if we did our show and tell story time afterwards.
People like us were treated differently.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because of our powers.
I thought you were using this place to rip people off.
He let you think a lot of things.
I'm sorry. For how I treated you.
Sweetheart, he let you treat him
For
that
what I
way.
believed about you.
He wanted you to keep a distance.
I appreciate you saying that.
I still think there's more to all of this story. Just tell me. See, if we just stopped having our little tea breaks, we could be out of here by now. Now, I love the tea breaks. I need all of the history.
I should have told you the truth a long time ago. You're right.
The fuck?
Look back.
Seems too easy, doesn't it?
Why do you care about Earth 29?
Jesus.
I don't.
All the way back to where we
It's
started.
about accessing it.
Open a portal to a new world, but have you considered what might come back?
Mm-hmm. This episode,
Is my life's work. My destiny.
Sure, your destiny and you're destroying other people's lives to get it. Good for you.
This is about destiny,
He believes.
just not yours.
Her training. Come on, Naomi. You can do this, sweetheart. Oh, let her explode. We'll live. You're a true hero, Naomi, and I love you. Just in time. Yes, Naomi, we love you.
I have a car outside.
I can't believe Zumbado didn't want to carpool with us. We need to have a team name.
You are a good friend, Annabelle. Naomi is lucky to have you.
She is.
She's lucky to have you too.
I need the history between Dee and Zumbado still. I don't know that we have the whole story about Earth 29, but I love what we do have.
Bless.
Is she gonna tell them what happened?
Thank you.
I had friends, a life, a home.
Is she thinking how it could all get taken away if they come searching for her? And the lab knows her name!
Told me that you and the rest of the 29 were hunted. But you didn't say why.
It's not important.
Oh, it is.
What is important?
Like, you told us more than you had before, which I appreciate, but there's more to tell.
There was only one.
Powers got stronger.
Are you saying
You were that child, Naomi. Your parents were 2 of the 29. That's why you have powers.
Are they here?
parents?
They were the only ones who believed that I was innocent.
It's a convenient story to tell. I still
I
believe
made
him,
my
but
parents a promise.
you know, like, you believe him this much,
If
and then
anything
there's
ever
like
happened
this
to
much
me,
of you that's like,
I would find you. But I always checked in on you.
ooh,
No matter where you were.
I don't know, there's been someone from our home watching out for her all this time.
So that when this day came, you wouldn't be alone.
Kind of made sure she was alone for a bit of it, but
I don't know what to say.
It's time to get you ready.
Ready for what?
yeah.
Your powers are acting
Does
like
he
a
still want to
magnet.
use her?
You're gonna save our world.
No pressure. This episode was fantastic. I love the little Annabelle and Dee subplot. It's always great when two characters interact that don't particularly interact, and I love the fact that even though she was here on this crazy like escape mission with Zumbado, her other people that care about her wouldn't just forget, so I did enjoy that. Then we have Zumbado. Now the fact that he came to save her spoke volumes in the last episode, and you know, you almost want to scream at him like, why did you think spending 6 episodes being like, creepy scary man, no Naomi, I scary, I'll hurt you and your friends, was ever gonna help? I know that he didn't want her to learn things, and so indeed told her, that's why he's like, we had a promise. But that just tells me that at some point they were aware of each other being aliens and aware that they were both watching over this alien child, and then Zumbado, I guess, was like, it's up to me, but then Dee waited until she asked him the right questions. I don't know. But there is some kind of a history there that I'm just interested about, because I want all the histories of all these characters. But I love that Naomi got to see her world, got to see the way it was different to our world. I don't know that we have the entire full story of what happened there. I think there probably are some things that he left out, but partly to save his own face, partly because it was too brutal, too hard. You know, this Brutus, no one knows who he is, no one knows what he is. It would be very easy. Something that you have to do, it's a bit like when you read a book, I don't learn this from my GCSE, like, if it's from a first person point of view, be very aware of biased narration. You know, it's why I know people have been like, oh, the Twilight, like, no one could be as perfect as Edward, and I'm like, the books are narrated from Bella's point of view, in which Bella thinks he's perfect, therefore he comes across as perfect. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to mind, it just is. Like, so these memories were hand-picked moments that show Zumbado in a good light. Now, I kind of believe he didn't betray them. I think if it was as cut and dry as he did, it would be obvious. I think there will be more to it than that. But maybe, I don't know, I feel like he could have left things out. Now, I do want to say that my trusting Zumbado meter has gone from no to I think I do. It hasn't quite gone all the way to like, yes, go Zumbado. But I'm getting there. He just needs to continue. My main fears with him now aren't so much that he's evil or he means Naomi harm or that he was the one that ruined the planet and all that kind of thing. It's more that he has spent these past 16 years, I think she's 16 and right, thinking about how he was, when she was old enough and had her powers, he was going to use her as a weapon to fight back against Brutus. Now, I do think that there is a version of this future in which Naomi wants that, but it's also when you have, you know, the chosen one, you have the one person, especially when they're a kid, who has these powers and has this destiny, it's very easy for those around her to use her, even if he does want what's best for Naomi, but he also wants to use her, I think he could push her too quickly or whatever. I don't know, but we will see. And we'll see how he handles all of it. Because, you know, even when he was talking to Akira, he was like, oh yes, the girl will never be safe, we need to use her or whatever. Hopefully he is going to try and do it in a way that is what's best for Naomi. But he also needs to be aware that while Naomi is loving learning about Earth 29 and where she came from, going and saving that planet would mean leaving behind her life here. It would mean leaving behind the people she loves, everyone she knows, the world she knows. And it's a big choice to do. How easy is dimension hopping for them? Could she visit every other week? You know, what would happen? Obviously, I think it's not going to be as, he's not going to be like in the next episode, right, suit up, you never come back here, let's go. But I do hope he's aware and sensitive to just how big the thing this is for Naomi, to potentially leave it all behind. And what are we saving the world from? Brutus, does he have a negative effect on the whole world? Or could Naomi stop the catastrophe that's destroying Earth 29? There's a lot of unanswered questions, and we do need to be cautious that we only had Zumbado's side of the story, only bits of it. But I loved seeing the other side of him, I really did. I loved seeing how much his life and his experiences have affected him and impacted him and changed him even in how he holds himself. It does give you a lot more of an understanding of him, especially more of an understanding as to why Dee, who so far seems like a great guy, I love Dee, we know this, was willing to work with him when it came to the bounty hunter. If he was this big bad guy, then that would have been much more uneasy. But I loved this episode because we got so much information, but I also feel like we barely scratched the tip of the iceberg, and I need more. This was absolutely fantastic as always. I love this show. I do not know why more people aren't watching it. But yes, a reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.